Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Raheem Escalai, and this is 413 Sports Talk. I'm at a loss for words when it comes to the young man that's sitting with me right here. Game tape and highlights differ very little. With the utmost command of the offense, he confidently makes throws that are reminiscent of a few of the game's best quarterbacks. The best quarterback in the state of Maryland, Mr. Jailen Knight. Welcome to the show, Jailen. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. How are you?
All right. I'm ready.
Thanks for having me.
Most definitely. You're welcome. You play the quarterback position better than anyone I've talked to so far that's not in the NFL. Where did your love for the game come from? It must be an intense love.
Yeah, it's pretty intense, just coming up in a family where as though my uncle's from Oklahoma. So he brought that Southern love for the game up here to me. And he's imputed that in me since I was about 5 years old, watching college football games all day, from when the time 12 o'clock hits, we're watching games all day, 12 o'clock games, 3 o'clock games, the late games, we're watching them. And from a young age, my uncle always taught me not to just watch a game, but watch as if you're watching film. You feel me? Pick out tendencies, what they like to do at certain formations, things like that. And just being around a brotherhood, having something to be a part of, because football is more a community thing than it's just a team. It's one more. The better teams, it's more community than it is a team effort, and that's what I like to be a part of.
Right, exactly. It's the teammates, the camaraderie, when you guys are in the huddle and you're down 2 scores and you're looking to your brother because you're brothers. You know what I mean? Like, yo, chin up. You get the blood pumping and stuff like that, and that's what it's about, man. How many different quarterback clinics or camps have you been to so far? And if so, how have the experiences helped you improve as a passer?
Well, I haven't really been to any clinics so far because of COVID and everything like that. Mm-hmm. But I my QB trainers, we train maybe 3 times a week before the season actually started. And just that helped me a lot with mechanics and everything like that. And then building that confidence up so I can make certain throws in the field, like rolling to my left. A lot of QBs can't do that, or they're not comfortable doing it. I feel like I can roll anywhere or step up anywhere in the pocket and make any throw on the field.
Most definitely, man. It was one of those rollouts I saw to the left, and it was when I first started looking at your tape, and I was like, all right, he's gonna here comes the ball as a duck, dude. It was like a 23 or 24 yard laser. First one I saw, dude. And the velocity and it was one of the tightest spirals I've ever seen. And to be able to consistently do that speaks to those mechanics. But we're gonna talk about those mechanics a little in depth a little bit later. Coaches love great players like you. That's a no-brainer. What skills do you rely on that has helped you sustain success?
So basically, I always trust my football IQ and me knowing that even if I'm not having the best day, that I could always pick a defense apart with my mind. I'm going to watch the most film. I'm going to watch more film than your head coach. If I'm not doing that, I'm not doing my job. Because ultimately, the game is won from up top. Peyton Manning puts a lot of hours into this game. And I feel like if you're a quarterback, you should be watching the most film on your team. You feel me? Because I know it's when you're like they say, hard work beats talent, but when talent fails, work hard. So your hard work in the film room could lead to you peeping a tendency or keying in on a weak defender, and that could lead to something big for your team, even if you're not having the best day out there. So I like to key in my football IQ, my footwork. I always trust my footwork is going to help me deliver an accurate ball, and just the confidence I have, because you don't have confidence in position, you're not going to be good. And when your confidence is not, it's hard to get it back. So just always keep my confidence up and knowing that I'm here for a reason. I know I can make any throw out on the field and put my team in position to win.
And that's something for any of the other high school quarterbacks who are watching this. That, and I stress the importance of the coach, quarterback, coordinator relationship. That is key. And on top of not being complacent, not settling, because honestly, I never knew a lazy quarterback that won a game. So, and I'm pretty sure you can say the same. So
yeah,
I think that's key, and I'm glad you said that. And I really hope a lot of guys hear that.
And that's another thing. Me and my coach, we have a lot of connections. So like, if we're on the sideline, I'm pretty sure like if I'm going to the sideline, I'm telling him, all right, so I like what they have a one tech right here. Let's run counter that way. You know, he's already peeping it. We're already like, okay, he trusts me to let me go run that play. And that's the trust that I feel like any QB and his head coach has to have, or the OC has to have. So like, get back on you to what you were saying.
Right, exactly, man. And I think it's time more high school coaches, coordinators, you know, put more trust in the quarterback. Stop all this triple option. Stop running the ball because your guy can only go 5 for 22 for 36 yards and 3 picks. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Get him a quality teacher. Get a good offense instilled and start chunking the rock.
Yeah.
If that's what's happening at the higher levels, you know, what anything else is irrelevant and a waste of time.
Most definitely.
Can you talk to us a bit about your picture perfect mechanics and how you've developed such a consistent professional throw?
So I know my coach Nick Farmer, he's over there at F1 Performance here in Baltimore, Maryland. He did a really great job of fine-tuning my mechanics this off season, and I only had about 3 months with him, and it was really good work. It was really good work. I'm talking, we're breaking everything down. We're going from square one of just not throwing a ball, just mechanics, just the motion, so like that. We're going from that until like the last month we're ripping the ball. He's saying I'm progressing really fast. It's looking way better than the first day I came in there because I had some flaws I used to do because my throwing mechanics were messed up at a point in time. And me fixing that and all that hard work I put in the off season with those guys, that really says a lot about my hard work and then what they teach young quarterbacks. And I feel like any QB in this area should be training with him.
Right, exactly. Shoot, it seems like in any quarterback period. I like that sentiment that you said that practicing just constantly and not, it doesn't seem like you take days off. You're not a young man who's about to go hop on the Xbox and play Fortnite. You know what I mean? It's film, it's football, and that extreme dedication to your craft really separates greatness from just guys that are doing it just to pass the time. As captain, how do you lead your team through adversity? Whether it's a global pandemic shutting down the season and workouts and stuff stopped, or it's mid-game and you're down 14-0, how do you keep your guys motivated?
Well, one thing about us, throughout the pandemic, even in the state of Maryland here, we didn't know if we were going to play a season at all. So just from the day we got out of school, March 13th, we stayed in the group chat, we stayed positive, we had program Zoom meetings to stay intact with one another, because there's a lot of programs out here that shied away from everybody and they tried to come back and gather everybody back, no matter not checking on the players, no players keeping good bonds. Like we held captain practices, I held captain practices at our field, and we would have like the kids, we have everybody come out JV and varsity. We're all one, and we're doing conditioning, keeping everybody in shape. We're all getting reps. You know, I'm teaching the JV quarterback things. Our receivers are teaching the younger receiver things, because at the end of the day, the program goes on, we leave, and we want to come back. We want to see something, a good product on the fit. We want to come back and see our team see our guys getting beat, because we want to be the team that really sets the foundation for what goes on forward. And then as far as being on the field, you know, we have a bad call, it's next play. You know, we're not going to sit there and dwell on it for too long. We're not going to sit there and we get a bad call, say, oh man, all this other stuff, throw our hands in the air, because at the end of the day, we're not going to pick that flag up. We got to go to the next play. They take a touchdown back. Hey, let's go score another one. Let's go score another one. Let's go show them down a fluke. You know, that's how we're going to carry things. And as long as I'm a quarterback at any level, that's how we're going to carry things. I won't have anybody in my offense or on my team, in this organization, whatever it may be, you know, being an excuses person.
Exactly. The mark of a great quarterback: short-term memory, whether it's a pick, a fumble, or a touchdown. Yeah, that's cool. That play was good. All right, let's move on. Let's get another one. Dude, man, I haven't seen many quarterbacks at your level that are, but can you just talk to me about being in command of your offense, being able to audible out of something if during your pre-snap, if you see something you don't like? Because I've watched many a guy's film, and I see like quarterbacks will get sacked, or they'll be thrown off their foot in a pick, when, like, dude, if you would have just audible to a run, you know, change your protection or something like.
Yeah. So as far as that goes, I always read. I have a process. I read from left to right always. You know, I like to, because with me, I'm not the it's always good to throw the Patty Mo 50-yard balls on the field. But like if you have a corner sitting 10 yards off, I'm gonna check it to a hitch. I'm gonna check it to a 5 and out. Let my receiver get the ball. Let him work in space. And if I see you have a 1 sec on that line, we're gonna run counter to you. If I see you have 2 threes, we're gonna run zone straight the middle. It's things just like that. That easy plays, because not every play has to be a touchdown. You check a run play to 4 or 5 yards. That's a plus. You feel me? Because then if it's second and say it's second and 6, now you put your team in third and short, which is what you want to be in. And things like that. And as far as like, if you have no safety, if you bring your safety down, we're gonna take a shot over the top. Have my line pinched together, just knowing that I'm gonna probably have to take a hit from the outside, step into the pocket, and deliver a good ball.
Send him on a post. Send him on
a post. Step in the pocket and put it right to the field goal.
Right. Being the best quarterback in the state comes with much preparation. In the weight room, in the film room, the practice field. How do you balance this with academics and family life?
So with being virtual, it helps out a little bit, because just being able to, everything I preach is school comes first. Without school, I'm not going to get a scholarship to play football or be able to continue playing football here. My parents really stress on grades with me. If my grades aren't straight, I'm not stepping on the field. I'm not going to practice. I'm not doing anything. So if my grades aren't straight, nothing else flows. So with working out and like everything like that, I have a set schedule when I do things. So like, if I'm not throwing one day, I'm lifting. If not lifting that day, I'm throwing that day. And then Sunday's always my off days. You gotta give your body time to rest and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But it's always something. I'm not gonna overload myself, because at the end of the day, not all work is good work. If you're just cramming yourself, you don't need to be at the gym for 4 or 5 hours. I could get a good workout in 45 minutes. 45 minutes is what some people take to watch a TV show. Why can't you go to the gym and better yourself by doing that? You feel me? And something that's going to benefit me in the long run. If it's tied up, we're down by 1 and we're on the 1 yard line, and I know that I've been putting a lot of work in the weight room, and I can say, coach, send me in a QB sneak. I know I could take this. I know I can get this extra yard for us. Things like that. It's just it will separate you from being great or a dog and being a puppy in this world.
Yes, sir. You mentioned that 1 yard line, and like the first thing I thought about was the Seattle Seahawks and not giving it to Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, man. Here's one for you. So this is hypothetical. Let's say you guys are in the shotgun, and I'm in my base 4-3, and I plan to blitz you. Let's say I'm that dense, right? What goes through your mind during pre-snap when you notice something like this? Like, just what goes through your mind, and what do you do to exploit that?
So, pretty much, I know last week we saw a lot of blitzing coming. So I call it to I have a young line. So I'm going to try to call. I'm helping them out as much as I can, with pre-snap calls, saying he's coming through. I know which gap they're coming through. Like last week, before we played, they blitzed every second down through the B gap. So I'm telling them, they're coming through the B gap. They blitz every second down. So, and that's what happened. They helped me out, got me a little bit more time. And if you're blitzing your linebackers, we're gonna call a slant. I'm just gonna take a face shot. It comes with the game. Might get a scar up on my chin. Might get up a little bit slow. But happened to me on Friday. Check to the slant, hit him in the window, ran down for 60 yards. It comes with it. There's no better feeling when you get hit and you hear the crowd roaring because somebody caught the ball and now they're running down the field. You get up, it makes that hit feel a little bit softer.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right, most definitely. Now that piece you were talking about the things that you notice and helping out the offensive line guys. That's got to get it's got to be nerve-wracking. But how in situations like that, like when you're letting a guy know, hey, this is about to happen, watch out, and that they're getting ready to bring the house. How do you keep your composure in such duress?
Just noticing that if I show myself being stressed out, if I show myself being, throwing my hands up, cussing them out, that doesn't always truck. Like, they're not gonna block. I wouldn't want to block somebody that's cussing me out, calling me all types of names. I wouldn't want to do that. It's not something that I don't. It's not a trait I want to have as a quarterback. I want to be, next play because they're young. I'm not going to want to kill their confidence because if you're a sophomore and you got the senior quarterback yelling at you, it's not going to make you feel too good. So I want to help them out as much as I can, and I know that me helping them out is going to ultimately benefit me. If I have more time in the pocket, I'm gonna have a better chance of making this throw, and it's gonna also make us have a better chance of winning this game.
Most definitely. Can you give other young quarterbacks listening some sound advice on how they can improve their game and further develop their leadership skills?
So, leadership is something that I feel like you're born with. Leadership is something that can be developed, but the level of leadership you need to play quarterback, you have to be born with at a high level, at least. You have to be born with it. You know, right. You have to have it put in you some kind of way. So just always knowing that everybody's looking, all eyes are on you. You know, if you lose a game, they're gonna blame the quarterback. You win a game, they're gonna blame it on you. So you just have to know that, like, you have to keep your guys in check. You know, you always have to keep your head high through all situations. And then, you know, to improve your game, I'm pretty sure there's QB trainers in everybody's area, but if not, there's YouTube now. You know, you have YouTube that you go out there in the backyard and do these drills. You can get yourself a ladder, work on your footwork always get bigger, doing push-ups, stuff like that. You don't have access to the gym, but at the younger age, like the 10-9 range, is focus on exploring multiple positions. It's not don't limit yourself to one position, because you never know. You might play quarterback, hit a growth spurt, you might be playing tackle now. You might be playing defensive. So just enjoying the game at that point. But once you get to like that middle school range, you know that's something that you want to do, get a QB trainer and really be consistent. Don't just go hard for 2 weeks and then take a whole month off, because that's not how you get better. That's not how you're going to be elite. That's not how the best quarterbacks train. You know, when you really want to lock in, you have to lock in and you have to be consistent.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And especially for the younger quarterbacks who have aspirations or professional aspirations, you know what I mean? You think you don't want to get tired out and be lazy, and if you can't handle the work at this level, you're not going to be able to handle the work at the collegiate level. Yeah. And agents and GM, you know, come April, aren't going to take a chance on you, because they're not going to invest their money in somebody who doesn't invest enough in themselves, that wants to play at the professional level.
Right.
With so much academic and athletic responsibilities, how do you practice self-care during the rest and recovery periods? What keeps you mentally healthy under continuous pressure?
My family. They always keep my head high. Just being around my family, my grandmother, my uncles, my cousins, my mom, my dad, my brother, stuff like that. It's just that family vibe, and just having them there to lift me up and keep me laughing. That really helps, because, you know, especially through the pandemic and being inside so much, and just having, like, not being in school, not being around friends, being around family really helped me out and stuff like that. And just keep my head high and let me know everything's gonna be okay. You know, just keep on working. It's all gonna pay off and stuff like that. You're doing this for a reason. You're not just doing this because it sounds good. You're doing this for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Doing it right because you love it, and it very well seems like this is what you were meant to do.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot. Most successful quarterbacks, as we talked about before, build strong relationships with their head coach. What's the best advice one of your coaches from any walk, from any part of your life, have given you up to this point?
So, my head coach now, my offensive coordinator now, Lucas Ethinson, he's the head coach over at Prairie Hall High School where I play at. He's yes sir. He always tells me, you know, trust me and I'll trust you. You know, put your trust in me and I'll put my trust in you. And just trust that what we're doing is always it has a purpose. You know, we're not calling plays to call plays. We're calling plays to set up other plays. You know, things like that, and understanding that this is that what we're doing is how can I put it? It's just it's built all on trust. You know, there's not going to be any. I don't think there's any quarterback out there that's really just been, you know, so great that he didn't trust his coach, or that so some coach that was so great that they didn't trust the quarterback that actually worked out, you know. Yeah. So just keeping that trust. That's one thing I can say. You have to trust the guy calling the plays for you. You have to trust the guy, and you have to trust the dude executing your plays.
So what can we expect from Jailen Knight going into his senior season?
You can expect me to really wake up these coaches at the Division I level, and all on all levels, just because I feel like I've been somebody that's really been slept on as far as like recruiting goes, stuff like that. And I don't know if it's because I don't know if it's because I'm not 6'4", you know, but I feel like you put me on a field with any of those quarterbacks that you're offering or that you're talking to, I'm going to be able to burn them up. They don't have they're not a dog like me. I'm telling you that now. You know,
Right.
I watch some of these guys, and it's like, bro, they don't have what I have, and it's like it's like I see these 6'4" guys get offers, 6'5" guys get offers. I'm like, these guys not who Kyler Murray is, you know, Drew Brees, Russell Wilson, guys of that breed, you know. But it just makes me work even harder. It lets me know that I have to, you know, do everything perfect. You know, I can't miss throws. I can't be the guy out there having off the field issues. I have to do everything. My grades have to be right. Character issues, character has to be right. You know, every throw has to footwork, everything. They can't find a flaw. So when they actually get to watch my film, where they actually open this film up and watch it, you know, that they're not wasting their time. I want you to see that first throw and be like, dang, this kid's good. You know, I want that to catch out to. I want that to stand out to you. You know, I want to really, and that's like, I really want to wake a lot of people up. That's my thing, you know, and prove myself right. Prove myself that I can do this, you know. Like it's Stephon Diggs. You have to prove it to yourself before you prove it to anybody else.
Exactly. Preparation is the cornerstone to success, my friend. What professional sports teams do you root for?
So, as far as football goes, I root for the Cleveland Browns and the Arizona Cardinals. So, yeah, I really like Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray. Those are my two favorite quarterbacks. I really like those teams. And then I'm not really a big basketball guy, but I guess the Wizards because they're the hometown team.
Okay.
And college football, I like Oklahoma. I grew up watching. That's the first team I ever watched. I grew up watching those. I grew up watching the Sooners.
Oh, okay, the Sooners. So hopefully somebody in Stillwater is watching this right now, man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this was 4-3 Sports Talk. I'm your host, Rahim Escalay. I would personally like to thank Jailen Knight for coming on the show today, man. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.